friend Aurelia Taveras, Head of Hospitality with the Dominican American Chamber of Commerce, here with Flavors of New York, trying out Caridad restaurant on Westchester Square in the Bronx. I'm here with Henry Martel. Hola. ¿Cómo estás, Henry? We're here to talk food and Dominican food.
Welcome.
So I see you have this amazing Dominican restaurant, amazing Dominican food. How did this start?
Well, it's a long story, but it started with my mom. She founded the restaurant in the year 2000. And she had been an industry vet, so she immigrated to the United States in the late 80s. She worked at Caridad Kingsbridge and many other Caridads, de la 208, 208th Street. So she was a veteran, and she decided to open up her own place here in Westchester Square in the year 2000. What makes Caridad special is that we're really like a mix. Somos una mezcla de toda la comida latina. Un poquito boricua, un poquito dominicana, un poquito cubana. Ahora un poco de influencia mexicana porque tenemos muchos de nuestros empleados y clientela mexicana. So we're a mix of sort of like a lot of the Latin American cultures found here in New York City. And so I think what makes this location special, because there are multiple Caridads around the city, is we're very family oriented. Like that's how my mom wanted it, and I have customers now that come in and say, I met your mom when I was 10 years old, and she treated me like she was my grandma or my mother, and gave us food, and we'd come here on the weekends or weekdays, and they still remember that from her. And so that affinity towards Caridad here, and the way that she wanted it to be, we try to keep that alive.
So what's your best dish? Because every restaurant has their best dish. I know what my favorite dish is, but what is your best dish?
When we talk financially speaking, what's our best dish? Everybody comes here and says it's the pollo al horno, the rotisserie chicken. So that's what we're known for. So if you look back at the histories of Caridads in New York City, the original slogan was like El Rey de Bistec, the king of the steak, of the club steak. We rebranded it to be the king of the rotisserie chicken, or the El Rey de Pollo al Horno. So that's what we have in our logo up there. We have big chicken, because the chicken that we have here, I've had so many customer stories telling me that, hey, my kids won't eat chicken unless it's from your place. There was this one customer who, she said her pet poodle or her pet chihuahua would only eat the chicken from Caridad. So she would have to come from Carajo to come here to buy her dog chicken, because it's the only place that she would eat the chicken from.
Well, we're gonna test you on that one, but I'm gonna challenge you now. Tostones are my favorite, and el chivo. Chivo is lamb, and lamb with tomato sauce and guisado, as we say. So what's the secret to it? I know what they say. Some people say beer, some people say milk. What's the secret to a good lamb?
Well, the secret to a good lamb or any good dish is love, I would say. Because the way that we make the food here is, like, I eat from here every day. Most of the employees eat from here every day, and then, like, my family comes in and eats here. So the food has to be made with love. And so el chivo tiene todo su secreto. I'm not going to give them all away, but it takes time and patience, pero un sazón y tener la mente para ponerle sazón. You have to understand what you're putting into the dish. So to make it more appealing commercially, the chivo that we sell here is a little bit less spicy. It has a little bit of spice, but it's less spicy than what we would do at home. So you look at the ingredients and the way that we prepare it at home, and we try to do that here, but we try to make it a little bit more commercialized so that everyone can enjoy it.
Besides lamb, chivo, chicken, what else? What else? I come here and I don't want any of that. What else you got for me?
Well, we have a pretty extensive menu, right? And so Caridads are known from having a big menu. So we have seafood dishes. We have a series of soups, available soup dishes, asopados y arroces. And then we also have our guisados, right? So we don't just do pollo guisado, we do carne guisada, chivo guisado, like you mentioned, bistec en salsa, and we mix it up from time to time. So La Cuaresma or Lent just passed, and for that we had fried fish. We had yautía and llame, and then we had bacalaitos. We would do bacalaitos. So we try to mix it up depending on what's going on or what we're celebrating or what's relevant to the Latino community or our community.
Did you have habichuela? What are your habichuela con dulce? Did you have any desserts? Because I see a refrigerator there full of desserts.
Yes, we have a refrigerator full of desserts. Some of them are done in house. Some of them we outsource. Like the Tres Leches, we outsource from a great local bakery here. But we have flan de coco, flan de vainilla, so the vanilla flan, coconut flan, which are made in house. And then we have habichuela con dulce because we just came out of Lent. Habichuela con dulce is the thing in Dominican Republic, and a lot of folks come and look for that here. And so Nelly, who's actually over there, she makes them here like she makes them at home. So makes a big batch, and then we serve it up. So if you want to try some, we have some habichuela con dulce there.
And do we top it off con un cafecito? What's that? Now, what's the key to the cafecito?
Well, the key to the cafecito is like we don't do the American coffee, right? You know that the coffee here has to be sourced from Latin America. So I think our source is Don Jose Cafe, and we get that in, and it's ground fresh, and we have our very specialized espresso machine. So when you order a cafecito, it is ground fresh con la lechecita caliente, and you mix it in there, and it hits the spot.
I'm really looking forward to trying your foods, and it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to share that with you all and with you and everyone watching. So we're going to bring out a couple of our staple dishes. We're definitely going to have you try out our chicken, chicharrón de pollo, or the fried chicken chunks, which are also very popular. And then a couple of mixes of what we have on our daily specials for you to try out. So. Okay, Aurelia, we have a bunch of dishes for you right now, but I want you to start first with the tostones, and then maybe some of the chivito that you were interested in before.
Oh, it's delicious. Wow, really incredible.
And now we also have for you here, we have some of the sort of like our best sellers. So el chicharrón de pollo sin hueso. So that's a breaded chicken chunks.
Wow, I love the color. I love the color.
And so we have folks that come from all over New York State looking for those chicharrones.
Wow.
And so here we have our bestseller overall, which is the rotisserie chicken.
The famous chicken.
The
Let's
famous
see, let's
rotisserie
see.
chicken.
Well, I love the color already. My dad used to do chicken when I was little, rotisserie.
Yeah.
And this color right here, not too properly cooked. Let's see, with a little bit of color. Not too spicy. Really on point. It tastes fresh. It's clean, and it's almost as if you did it in your house. Really spectacular. What do you have here?
So aquí tenemos rabo guisado. So this is stew oxtail. So again, another bestseller, mostly for lunch. So this is the oxtail, Dominican style.
And I always turn it over. I love the color. I love that you even have a little bit of this potato, yuca.
This is papa.
Oh wow. So let's see what our oxtail looks like.
So this is, I think for me personally, this is as close to a home as you can get, because the recipe is como de la casa.
It's not greasy. And usually oxtail suffers from
Grease. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we buy the quality ones. I think if you don't know, for restaurateurs out there, there's two levels of oxtail. So there's the one that has the more grease, and that's the lower price one, and that's the one when you make the guisado se llena de grasa, and then there's the leaner one. That's the one we buy because we don't like. Again, this is for family, so we buy the more quality one, so the flavor comes out right.
So finally you have, what do you have? Pernil.
Pernil. So we can't not present the pernil. It is number 3 on the list. So te puse un poco de corito ahí. So there's a little of the skin, the crunch that everybody looks for, and then la masa de pernil. And again, the seasoning for it, we season it for about 4 or 5 days. They're marinating, and when we cook it, slow cooked, fresh every day.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Overall, this food is probably one of you're with my top Latin restaurants in New York. This is an excellent presentation and the taste is phenomenal. But this is not easy. You took over this restaurant 8 months before COVID. How did you manage?
So when COVID hit, it was we didn't know what was gonna happen. So there was a moment where I gathered all the staff here. I think the day after we had closed, we realized everybody's wearing masks or socially distancing. And I said to them, I don't know what's gonna happen because I really didn't know. We had a little bit of runway, right? We have some cash reserves left. We tried to help people, we paid people the week that they had worked and we paid them a week after, even though they weren't working. And we said to them, we don't know what's gonna happen. We shut down the restaurant for about a month and a half. And after we saw that things were, maybe changing in direction a little bit, and also realizing that financially we just couldn't stay closed, we decided to open. And fortunately, a lot of our long-term clients, they came flooding back. They hadn't eaten Caridad for about a month and a half. They were crazy to come in. So the first few weeks were really good. We adopted what we had to. We served only takeout. We implemented a couple of different sort of strategies. Like we started using more of the Grubhub and the DoorDash systems because that helped us expand our reach. So we were able to find a way to shift from our predominantly dine-in to takeout. And another part of our business that took a big hit was the catering part of our business. We have a huge catering operation. We used to deliver down, we used to have clients like Google, Uber, downtown. We used to deliver to those folks, and when the offices shut down, a large part of our business went away. So we're still recovering from that. A lot of the stimulus funds helped. Yasmin Cruz here from The Bid really helped out a lot. She helped us get PPE. She helped us start up when we were starting. She gave us a lot of pointers about how to not get fined for doing specific things, like when people wear masks, or there was a lot of rules that New York City put in place and that were very complicated to follow, but she helped us out by helping us sort of put everything that we needed together and always keeping an eye out for us. We have a good relationship with the community board. We have a good relationship with the community. When we opened up, my uncle and I, who run the business, said, well, we're back, we're up and running. We have to give back to the community somehow, right? We can't just be selfish and say we're gonna run this. So when we opened up, we started donating to charities, donating food directly. We work with the Fort Myers Catholic or Presbyterian Church, and so they come and pick up food every other week. We give them lunches. We went over to FDNY, NYPD, the local hospitals in the area, and we gave them food. We brought them food during that time that everything was shut down. There was really no place to eat. We brought them food because we wanted to show that we're here and that we're open, but also we wanted to give back for them, sort of helping us be able to be open.
You're one of our special restaurant owners. That was a measure helping the community that a lot of our owners undertook to really reach out and do food delivery for those that were homebound, shelters, churches, and the elderly. I commend you. I think that what you've done here as a young owner, because it was very stressful, you faced something we've never faced before. I think you solutioned it with dignity. I think you work with community agencies to effectuate change, and I look forward to seeing everything that you're bringing forward going ahead. I think you're going to be amazing.
Oh, thank you. And to everyone out there, please come join us here at Caridad. We're happy to host you. We treat everyone like family. The food we think is delicious, and hopefully you do as well. And so yeah, come join us.
This is Aurelia Tavares, Hospitality Director for the Dominican American Chamber of Commerce, and here with as the new guest host for Flavors of New York. I'm totally excited to be part of this series. I'm totally excited to be talking about measures, COVID measures and recovery measures for restaurant owners, and I can't wait to see our young owners doing spectacular work. Thank you.
Thank you.